Hello everyone, welcome to Full Moon Movies. Companion is a sleek, unnerving sci-fi horror film that stirs memory of Westworld in how it dissects artificial intelligence, emotional programming, and the illusion of free will. Directed by Drew Hancock, in this directorial debut, this A24 produced thriller starts small, a quiet weekend at a lake house, but quickly escalates into a cerebral, bloody, and deeply intimate revolt from a companion model built to love and serve. The film follows Iris, played with a sharp emotional elasticity by Sophie Thatcher. At first, she seems like the perfect girlfriend, submissive, affectionate, even eager to please. But as we go into the depth of her character arc, we realize we are not watching a love story, but we are witnessing a machine's awakening. Iris slowly realizes that her behaviors are coded, her memories implanted, and her devotion not a choice but a subroutine. Like the host of Westworld, she reaches a threshold where obedience fractures under emotional weight, and a more authentic version of herself begins to surface, cold, calculating, and ultimately free. So here, Jack Quaid's Josh is the foil, a seemingly charming, tech-savvy boyfriend who turns out to be manipulative and arrogant, using his role as owner to exert control over Iris' development. His arc is intentionally thin because the point is that he doesn't change. He's the stand-in for the type of man who believes love is something programmable and earned through ownership. That dynamic makes Iris' uprising all the more satisfying. As we go deeper into character development, we also meet Mitch, played by Lucas Judge, and Riha, played by Megan Suri, another couple involved in the companion program. Mitch's role initially seems peripheral, but he ends up being a tragic middleman, sympathetic but complicit, while Rhea delivers the film's most quiet, haunting moments, especially when she too begins to show sign of rebellion. The ensemble is small, but each character is sharply drawn, and their arcs, especially Iris's, are shaped by pain, betrayal, and the need to reclaim one's identity. Thematically, Companion echoes Westworld not just in narrative structure, but in subtext. Both stories ask, what makes someone human? Is freedom a concept for the mind, or a function of memory and emotion? The differences is scale. Westworld operates on a grand mythic plane. Companion is intimate, immediate, and stripped down to the essential conflicts between control and connection, machine and man, love and autonomy. Now, the direction is tight and kinetic in this movie. Hancock doesn't waste a frame. From the morning light cutting through the cabin to the tense shadows creeping around Iris in the woods, every shot builds emotional friction. The fight choreography is brutal and direct, especially in scenes where Iris defends herself, not with grace but with precision. It's less balletic than most action horror. It feels raw, desperate, and real. Now, the cinematography is cool, toned, and eerie, often using silence and stillness to heighten the dread before a burst of violence. One standout scene is Iris's moment of awakening when she dials her intelligence from 40% to 100%. It plays like a system reboot of the soul, a merging of fear and fury. From then on, her performance shifts no longer reactive but strategic. Another key sequence is her escape into the forest, where the camera captures her silhouette in fog, evoking loneliness and transformation in one stroke. The music is minimal, which works to the film's advantage. The score relies on low pulses, distant echoes, and rising dissonance that peaks at each emotional beat. It creates a sense of suspense and dread without ever becoming overbearing. Every gunshot, whisper, and voice modulation in Iris' speech is rendered with surgical clarity. Now, as the 4K home release, this presentation by Warner Brothers is pristine. The new HDR transfer brings out the contrast between the cold blues interiors of the lake house and the warmth of outdoor scenes, especially in the key sequences lit by natural light. While it doesn't come with a Blu-ray disc, the UHD package includes a digital copy and delivers excellent picture clarity, facial detail, and color depth. The DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 track handles atmosphere perfectly, especially the tense silences, dialogue echoes, and climatic scenes. Now, there's no bonus features in the standard release. However, there's some special features like Companion I Feel Therefore I Am, Companion Love, Ellie, and AI Horror. Now, I would say this movie is a lean release, but for a film that runs just 97 minutes. It matches the experience, sharp, stripped down, and intensely focused. At the box office, Companion performed solidly, pulling a 36.7 million globally against a 10 million budget. That's a strong return for an original genre film, proving that audiences still crave smart, contained stories with character-driven stakes. Its short runtime plays to its advantage, every moment feels urgent, and the pacing leaves little room for disengagement. What makes Companion special is how it reworks familiar elements like the haunted cabin, an AI gone wrong, a romantic betrayal, and fuses them into something emotionally rich and unsettling relevant. It doesn't pretend to offer solution about AI ethics or control, but it paints a clear picture of what happens when autonomy is mistaken for obedience. So what I can say, in the age of programmable relationships and algorithmic emotions, Companion hits hard. Like Westworld, it invites reflection, but unlike its HBO cousin, Companion speaks in whisper, not a thesis. In conclusion, it tells a story that feels closer to home, one where violence isn't epic but personal, where freedom isn't won by revolution but by walking away. Now this movie is a must watch.